I'm Anders Newman, and this is MAS News.
I'm Mitchell Nelson, head anchorman at MAS News.
I'm Scott Haig, and this is MAS News.
Mitch, we're live. Oh.
Sorry about that. Our top story today comes from Demokratia. They've undergone mass socio-economic and political turmoil. The UN has designated the CIB to assist Demokratia. Our top CIB agents have traveled far and wide to the US and Canada in search of the perfect democracy. For your viewing pleasure, here at the CIB, we personally have contrasted both democracies. And now we go to a commercial break. Can I have the water, please? Give me the water.
This segment of MAS News is brought to you by Vegetable Thins. Crunchy and healthy. Hump!
Sorry about that. Hello again. Our top CIB agents have provided us with two lists, one for US and one for Canada. These lists document the pros and cons of democracy.
Hello, my name is Anders Newman. I'm your chief correspondent here at MAS News. Today, we are talking about the government society in Canada and its pros and cons. Starting us off tonight is the pros area of our discussion of the Canadian government. And starting us off today, we're going to discuss the lobby groups and their influence and impact on our MPs, which are members of parliament, of course. These lobby groups may influence them on many issues, including environment, fiscal, or even simple bills on maybe animals or law. Who knows? Next on our list of pros of the Canadian government is my personal favorite, the freedom of the press, which allows you to hear my beautiful voice right now. Coming up next on our list of pros is the efficient, streamlined, and swift way that we pass our laws through government. Coming back now to our pros, we're going to talk about the multiple party system in our government that allows for many parties to sit on the government and all have a voice in the laws that go through it. Also, Parliament, like this newscast, may be prorogued at times in order to allow a fresh view to come into play. Speaking of which, it's time for a commercial break. See you soon.
Do you like the diamond life and the color blue? I know I do, so why not combine them? Buy Blue Diamond almonds. They're the best.
One of the few and far between cons of the Canadian governmental system is its first past the post voting system. I mean, really, Canada, come on. Well, another issue that some people may have with the Canadian system is that some of the media stations, of course not ours, may be a little bit biased to one side or the other.
Democracy sucks!
Hey! Hey! We don't need your kind here!
Sorry.
On our list of cons against the Canadian parliamentary system, which is pretty much perfect, we have their strict party discipline policy. I mean, MPs aren't allowed to vote to their heart's content. So, continuing on with the strict party discipline area, is also the con that many Canadian political party leaders are control freaks. Who would have thunk it? Intern, what's missing from this picture?
Sorry, sir. Here's your apple juice.
Yeah, that's right! You forgot the... Let's continue on with the executive power of the party leaders, which is harming the Canadian democracy. And as our final column for the night, we talk about the bills in which these leaders can put through in a majority government that allow the largest amount of laws to be put through at once. Some of these bills can contain assets from any area of the parliamentary system, from fiscal to environmental. And nobody can do anything about it. It puts the committees completely on their butts. They can't do nothing. Oh well. But that's only a little piece of Canada. Otherwise, it's just one big, amazing country that's way better than the States.
To begin, the USA has 3 branches of government: presidential, congressional, and state. The second pro that they've given us is every 4 years there's a regional election, a presidential election. This allows power to stay fair and equitable. The third point that the CIB agents have given us is that multiple parties allow American citizens to vote for whomever they please, whether it be the marijuana party or the Communist Party. Our fourth political point that we've been provided with is that there exists freedom for corporations to portray the opposition as they please, such as the use of attack ads. Our fifth positive political function of USA's democracy is the ability of lobby groups to influence legislation. This is done by the government showing that they consider the voices and values of America's citizens. However, our top CIB agents have discovered several flaws within the United States political system. The most notable flaw or con of the United States political system is the variety of political parties that have significant power, even though anyone can run for office, but only Republicans and Democrats gain the majority of American votes. Our second con of the United States political system is attack ads, such as this one.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. These are the stakes.
Although they are legal and frequently used, many have become falsehoods and extensively cruel. Our third con of the American political system is nationalization of the American economy through government takeover of financial institutions, such as Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. This nationalization caused a widespread belief in American citizens that government intervention is necessary, but this is not the case. Our fourth con that our CIB agents have provided us with, and likely the most disappointing con, is poor voter turnout in the US. Turnout has significantly dropped in recent years, and right now it's about hovering at 60%, which is not good at all. We need more votes. Our fifth con is that parties within the 3 branches of government, state, legislative, and presidential, with the most money typically win the elections that they run in. It's pretty unfair to the smaller parties. Our last con is the con that our newsroom hates the most. It's about the extreme differences that exist between liberal and conservative voters. While liberals in America, also known as New America, keep an open mind, conservatives, Old America, not so much. Take a look at this video clip.
Who are you and why are you here?
I'm Ann Williams. I'm here supporting Obama.
Well, tell me what you mean when you just accuse a guy of being a cop. Do you think he's
You
an American?
just study it out.
Is he an American?
Oh, no.
He's not an American?
No.
What is he? What country is he from?
Just because he was born here doesn't mean that he thinks like us. He's a communist, buddy.
Yikes, right? So, we have to head to a commercial break right now.
Do you like overpriced music with an expensive TV and an even more expensive modem? Then you need Apple TV. How's your work coming along, Mitch?
It's going pretty well, actually. Just looking over some more democracy things, just the usual stuff that we do here at CIB.
Oh, nice. Any new revolutions coming up?
I don't know, actually. There's this one small town called Cochrane, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy. Just these kids, they're so great, but, the other parts of the town just having troubles keeping up with them.
Is that the one with the,
They're revolutionaries themselves, but the people, they're just not following, I don't know.
Is that the one with the tyrannical dictator? I believe his name is, Mr. Ho?
I heard about that, yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that dude. He's a sketchy dude to be around.
I know, apparently he's a social teacher or something. I mean,
that wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. Yikes. I just stay away.
pretty scary.
But that's what I heard. CIB, we get all the news. Oh. Fire! Get out!
God, without me.
Our last studio burned down in a massive fire, so we had to move to our alternate studio. Now, I will return to our pros given to us by our CIB agents. Our sixth pro from our CIB agents is the safety of a secret ballot. So this ensures that voters have an unbiased submission. As well, it keeps it fair and secure. As well, anyone can run for office. Our seventh and final point in the US is mandatory transparent government. This means that the public has updated information from the government on governmental concerns and regards that have happened.
We have breaking news out of Demokratia today. With all the information collected about modern democracies, the CIB agents have come to a conclusion about their recommendation for the newly liberated country of Demokratia. A perfect mixture of American and Canadian democracy as a strong starting point for the new government. For starters, the government will be separated into three branches of government to ensure even distribution of power. The three branches are legislative, with the delegation tower of viceroys, or DTV, the judicial, with the unsurpassed court, and the executive branch, led by the Grand Executive Minister. The Grand Executive Minister is elected by the people with an American-style electoral system to streamline voting. The GEP has the responsibility to appoint his own cabinet of 15 ministers, as does the Canadian Prime Minister. The GEP also is responsible for nominating umpires of the court, who are then voted on in the DTV. Elections will be held no later than every 4 years, however could happen any time the GEP is toppled in Parliament, similar to Canada. The GEP also, not the coffee man. Excuse me. However, this could happen any time the GEP is toppled in Parliament, similar to Canada. The GEP also confirms bills but cannot veto if the DTV vote is over 85%.
And we're on.
Oh, hello folks. Anyway, continuing. Demokratia's legislative branch, the delegation tower of viceroys, is elected by the people every 4 years. There are 151 DTVs and they vote on bills. The DTV need a 55% majority for bills to pass. The DTV also adjusts bills proposed in the executive branch and vote to seat the umpires of the court. The third and final branch, the judicial, is independent from the other two and objective to all politics. The umpires of the unsurpassed court are arbitrators of the Constitution and make sure all political dealings are legal. Umpires are selected for life, unless an individual umpire is given a vote of no confidence in the DTV. Now that's order in the court. To deal with the common issue of voter turnout, Demokratia has decided to go for mandatory voting for all citizens 18 years of age and older who graduated high school and passed 30-1 social studies. Those who fail to vote face an increasing monetary fine. The freshly signed Constitution of Demokratia is almost an exact copy of the American Constitution, with the exemption of the Second Amendment. Demokratia also took on a similar document to the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. In addition, as part of the election process, all ballots are secret, anyone can run for office, and there's a limit on campaign spending. To ensure citizens are well informed, Demokratia will implement policies of transparency in government and freedom of the press. Well, folks, it seems... Yo, hey man, what's up? Hey, hi. Yo, I think we're live, hey? Okay. Sorry about that, my colleague's a little drunk. Well, folks, it seems to me that Demokratia is well on its way to being a peaceful, prosperous, and well-run country. When you